Hello everyone, welcome back to the Success Coach. Today we're going to be doing some math problems while I explain them very detailedly. Let's start with the first question. So, here is our first question. Katie loves to read. In the last few months, they have read 3 graphic novels, 2 mysteries, 4 sci-fi novels, and 21 comic books. What is the ratio of mysteries to comic books? So we can see here, there are 4 answers. There's 21 to 30, there's 2 to 21, there's 2 to 28, and the last one is 21 to 2. So based off this information that we have, 3 graphic novels, so we will write that down here, 3 graphic novels, 2 mysteries, 4 sci-fi novels, and then 21 comic books. So, the ratio would be, you can see it asks for specifically mysteries to comic books. This is how much mystery books she has read, and this is how many comic books she has read. Which would be, so mysteries would be 2 mysteries, then comic books would be 21. All we need to do is add 2 dots, and then the answer right here, 2 to 21, which means our answer would be B. We check, and wow, it's correct. Our next question is, the table shows how many of each type of fruit are in a fruit bowl. You can see there are 8 bananas, there are 5 oranges, and there are 3 apples. What is the ratio of apples to total pieces of fruit? So it's asking for total. So the number of apples we have is 3. So we can just write down the 3 right there with the 2 dots. And then it asks for the total pieces of fruit. So we would have 8 because that's the banana. We would have 5 because that stands for the oranges. And we would have 3 because that stands for the apples. Now, altogether, 5 plus 3 is 8. And then 8 plus 8 is 16. So let's write that down. So 16. So total pieces of fruit is now 16. So it would be 3 to 16. You could use 2 dots, or you could just write 2 like this. Three to 16. So the one that says 3 to 16 is number B. We check, and it's correct again. Quinn has a large family. She has 4 cousins, let's circle this. 4 cousins who live in Texas, 3 cousins, let's circle this again, who live in Nebraska, and the other 9 cousins who live in Michigan. What is the ratio of Quinn's cousins who live in Texas to her total number? We need to circle this again. Total number of cousins. So, the cousins that live in Texas are 4. So there are 4 cousins that live in Texas. And then the total number is asking us for all the cousins. So that would be 4 for the ones that live in Texas, 3 for the ones that live in Nebraska, and then that would be 9 for the ones that live in Michigan. 4 plus 3 plus 9. 4 plus 3 is 7. And then 7 plus 9 is 16. 7 plus 9 is 16. And then we'd write down 16. So the total number of cousins is 16 here. And then we would write down 2 dots, or if you prefer, you could just write down the word 2. 4 to 16. Now, which of these options pick 4 to 16 would be B again. So you would press and then check. Wow, it's correct. What is the ratio of penguins to total birds. Let's do this. We can see penguins are these black and white ones. This is a penguin. So there's one penguin. There's two penguins. There's three penguins. There's four penguins. And then there are five penguins. So it would be 5 penguins. Plus, there's one duck. There's two ducks. There's 3 ducks. And there are 4 ducks. So 5 plus 4. P stands for penguin and D stands for duck. Equals 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. So the total birds here is 9. So we will write down 9 right there. Now they're asking us for penguins specifically. We know from here the amount of penguins are 5 penguins. So it would be 5. So 5 to 9. Now which of these say 5 to 9? The first one. Then we check. And it's correct. Let's see this one. What is the ratio of apples, let's circle this, to bananas? So let's count. There's 1 banana, 2 bananas, 3 bananas, 4 bananas, 5 bananas, and 6 bananas. So that would be 6. And then the amount of apples, 1 apple, 2 apple. So it would be 2 plus 6. But now, since they're not asking us for the total number of fruit, we can just remove the plus. It would be 2. 2 to 6. So this would be apples, and then this would be bananas. 2 to 6. Now the one that picks 2 to 6 is A. Let's see this one. The table shows the number of students who play in each instrument in the marching band. You can see there are 15 students that play the trumpet, 7 students that play the saxophone, 11 students that play the flute, and 4 students that play the drum. What is the ratio of students who play trumpet, which is this, to students who play flute? So, there are 15 students that play the trumpet and 11 students that play the flute. Let's go here. It asks for trumpet first, so that would be 15 students. To students who play the flute, and then the flute would be 11, so 15 to 11. But now it's not asking us for the total, so we can just write the 2 dots. 1 dot, 2 dots, so 15 to 11. So this would be the first one. Okay, so someone notices that there are 13 right-handed players on his baseball team and 2 left-handed players. What is the ratios of left-handed players to right-handed players? So it's asking us for right-handed. There are 13 right-handed players. But first it asks us for the left-handed. And the left-handed are 2 players. So 2. And then 13 right-handed, 2 to 13. Now the answers are a bit interesting because they're not saying 2 to 13. They're saying 2 for every 13. So this basically means the same thing, but it's saying if there's more than just 13, let's say there are 26, which is 13 plus 13, it would be 2 for every 13, which means if there are 4 left-handed players, there'd be 26. There are 6 left-handed players, there would be 13 plus 26, which is 39. So right here our answer is 2 to 13, and then we would select 2 for every 13.
If you are left-handed, please put in the comments below. Actually, Shadi uncle is a left-handed. Your uncle is a left-handed.
Yes. So we have finished all the 7 questions. So guys, that is all what we have for today. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell to get more videos. Bye! We'll see you on the next episode!